Welcome back. I have a little bit of time left today, so I am going to go ahead and play a live rapid game. I don't mean live as in live on YouTube. I mean live as in I'm playing it while I'm recording. Hopefully that's not confusing to anybody. I'm going to choose 10 minutes this time. I tried the 15 plus 10 a couple of times. The idea of those is so that you don't run out of time in the end game, but I just felt like it was too long. Especially for a video. So I'm going to try a 10-minute game. I'm going to click play and hopefully I'll get paired before too long. I got paired almost immediately. Okay, we're going to get a Caro-Kann defense against an opponent rated almost exactly what I am rated. Okay, they took. I believe I get this knight out here to protect that spot. And then I want to get this bishop out to one of those two squares and then play e6. That's the idea. Okay, they've penned it. I think I can leave that there for a second and go ahead and get this bishop out, but I don't know where to get the bishop out just yet. Or should I go ahead and do the check first? No, then okay, if they do that, I win their bishop. Let's try that. And then if they, okay, I think I go ahead and get this bishop out now. Okay, they took, so I can take, and that leaves this pawn for the taking. And before too long, it'll leave that pawn for the taking. Okay, they've protected that pawn, but now I have two pieces attacking it. Okay, I think I'm safe to take this now, and then here, let's see where are they going to try to immediately attack me with the knight? They did not. Then I think I can get this knight out to here, and then there, and castle. Oh, I just realized if they attack me there, then I can take this pawn, because I have two pieces pointed at it. Oh, I probably could have played that too. No, because they have two pieces defending there. Oh, they're going to attack me with the pawn. Wait, what's the disadvantage of me taking? Is there a disadvantage to me taking that pawn? I can't think of one. I mean, they could attack me here, but then I'll just drop back. And if they instead move the rook over, then I can just drop back and come around this way. I think I'm going to take it. Okay, and then I come back here and I can come back around this way. Pretty sure. Oh, wait, what are they aiming at? They're not aiming at that, and they're not keeping me from coming back, I don't think. Oh, they're keeping me from castling. If I castle now, then that knight's undefended. Okay, well then can I just move the knight, which I was going to anyway? I was going to move the knight anyway, right? And now I can castle. I think. I could be way off. Because now there's nothing to prevent me from castling. And I don't think they can immediately challenge my queen. It's just that their rook is in an awkward place. I don't remember an opponent ever having a rook right there. I suppose I could challenge the rook, but then it would just move. It makes more sense for me to castle, right? I don't feel like I'm in a really bad position right now. They can challenge my bishop, but okay, they just hung their rook. Wait, sorry, that confused me. That was move 15. They hung their rook and resigned. What were they intending? Were they aiming for this pawn and didn't realize my queen could go backward? Okay, and it says I had a minus something advantage here, depending on what they played, -8. Okay, well, I'm going to run the game review just in case. We'll figure out what I did wrong. Surely I did something wrong, even in a game that short. Well, not too much. I had two mistakes. It looks like on the graph, I gave my opponent as much as a +3 advantage at one point, but they didn't take full advantage of it. All right, well, let's just go see what those two mistakes were. They were right in it. It was when I checked. That was a mistake. Okay, and then my next move was my other mistake. I'll switch over to the analysis tab and turn those off. So I'm guessing that what I should have done here is went ahead and developed this bishop, or should I have played e6 or immediately challenged the bishop? That's what I'm going to get, not there, here probably. I'm going to guess it was one of those three moves. Wow, my arrows are off today. But either e6 or bishop to f5 or a6. Let's turn on the lines and see. e6 is the only move that maintained the advantage in this position, the very slight advantage that I had at this point. But I thought, I could be way off, but I thought one of the whole points of the Caro-Kann was to not trap in the light squared bishop. But that tells you, I guess, one of two things. Either I haven't learned the Caro-Kann as deeply as I thought I had by this point, or the computer is smarter than the Caro-Kann defense and is saying e6 is better. So that was a mistake to put my queen out there. Obviously, I expected them to play knight to c3. Most opponents do. Because if you block this way or this way, then I just win this bishop. Or if you move the king, that's bad. So I expected them to block with this, But then I was going to be able to develop and I would be okay. So they did block with that. And then my next move was a mistake. Getting out the bishop was a mistake. Okay, it says I should have played e6 again. I left the lines on. Well, that is one thing that I need to learn as I continue practicing and learning and playing the Caro-Kann defense, is that it's not always about getting this bishop out to one of those squares. That sometimes I just have to play e6. Because that gave my opponent a plus 2.5. The game review said +3, but the deeper analysis here is saying 2.6, 2.7. Oh, I just saw it. The reason I had to play here is because that pawn isn't defended. Okay, that makes sense. Because that pawn, once I move my queen, that pawn's still not defended. It's immediately undefended as soon as I move my queen over. That's why I had to play e6. Because right now my queen's defending that pawn. Okay, well, let's say I had played e6, and they had played their best move, which is either bishop to e3, protecting this pawn, or knight to f3. Well, let's just say that they played what Stockfish says is their best move. Then do I check? No. Now I get this knight out this way. Knight to e7, or even knight to h6. My third best move, knight to h6. Bishop to d7. No, that's not bishop to d7. This is bishop to d7. One of those three moves. It doesn't want me to put my light squared bishop out here where it's just dangling. It wants me to put my light squared bishop right here where it's doing some good. Well, that was instructive. There's no reason to go through the rest of the game. We know where my opponent made their huge mistake. You know what? Let's just do it. There, that's where we were. Okay, let's just go here. They didn't take the pawn. They took that instead. So now this pawn is defended and we're back to about even. Now they played bishop to e3, but they shouldn't have. Then I defended that pawn, which turned out to not be my best move now. Now my best move is to take the open file, or semi-open file. But I played that now because I'm playing the Caro-Kann defense. And I've learned a series of moves, but that's the problem with learning a series of moves, is that they're not always the best. Now they should play a3. Instead, they played this knight out here. I should take the pawn. Okay, that was my best move. It's among their best moves to take back, and that's my only good move there. They need to bring their queen out now. Their best move. That's rare. It's rare in chess. If you're a beginner or you're still low rated, it's very rare in chess for the queen coming out, and it says that those are their two best moves. It's very rare for the queen coming out before you're fully developed to be the best move, which kind of tells you that I didn't make the best move there. It was a very empty threat on that bishop when I brought my queen out. I should have continued my development. I should have protected the center pawn. But they did not make their best move. They castled, which is what I thought was probably their best move. But Stockfish says no. And here I did play my best move again. Okay, it wasn't among their best moves to throw that pawn forward. I'm always wary here. In the corner with the queen, you have to be careful because there are times when you can get it trapped. But it definitely was my best move to take it. But I considered it. I thought, okay, now what can they do? They can't threaten my queen with the knight because it can't go there, and if it goes here, I'll take it. And I thought if they threatened me with the rook, I could move over, which they did threaten me with the rook, and they were supposed to, but then I just moved over. It actually says queen to a3 would have been just as good. But yeah, see, I would have been wary of that. There's nothing I can take from there, and I have fewer escape squares. A3 or a5. Okay, I picked a5, and the reason I did is because of the escape route. With your queen, my advice is to always make sure there's an escape route, and that's what I did. Okay, and they went down there, which was not that great, but not horrible. Knight g6, my best move, or one of my two best moves, which I did. And then they just flat out blundered there and hung the rook. Okay, wow. Look at that, I have a -6 even if I don't take it. Taking it was my best move, but I can just go there and it's still -6 because then the rook is trapped. It has nowhere to go. I can just move there, not even take it. And then they would play g4, challenging my bishop, and I would take it. Wow. I don't even have to take the rook to take advantage of that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.